and welcome to the Fallen Earth Character Planner by Tactical X tutorial. Real quickly, I'm going to give you the rundown on how to use this utility and some of the features that it has. So let's start out at the top left under File. Clicking here will open up this selection where you can load a character plan or save a character plan that you currently have open. I'm not going to do this right now, but if you click on one of these, it'll go to a predefined folder, and there'll be XML files there if you've saved any, or it'll be an empty folder if you haven't saved any. If you're loading, just select one of the files and it'll open it up just like any other Windows program opening up a file. Save as is kind of straightforward. You're just saving an XML file that represents the character plan that you currently have open. And exit will exit the program. Over here we have options, and you can clear the current build or max all the stats. Normally I don't use max all stats, but I thought it'd be a nifty feature to throw in. We'll just click on it and you can see everything gets maxed out. And just to brag a little bit more, we'll clear the build so you see how that works. Next we have the About. This opens up an info page, and this is always changing depending on the version, but it just kind of gives you some useful links, some of the information about it, and some of the more legal information and whatnot. Alright, down to the meat of things. Up here are a couple of labels to show you what's what: your player level, your AP points, your bonus AP points, and the total AP, which is these two put together. Right here is your player level slider. You can slide this all the way up. It's a max level. Basically just pick your level. And right here is the bonus AP slider. I'm going to max that out for level, say, 45. Alright. If you look over here, you'll have you're basically the actual stats, the minimum level, how much you need to spend to get a point invested, the maximum column, and what you actually have. This is your total column. So I'm going to bump these up so you can see. Alright. That's enough for the stats, except for this. There we go. Now let's go over to the skills. This is a skills tab. And at any point, whether it's the stats, skills, or in the mutations, if you double click, it will open up what you would see in game, actually. The skills and abilities menu. Hovering over an icon will give you some more information. But this is just, kind of a rundown of what's available. Next, we've got the mutations. You'll notice that alpha mutation is always maxed for your level. I'm going to throw some mutations in here. And the same goes over here as it is on this side. With the exception for skills and mutations, take note of the maximum percent calculation values. This will show the dependencies on the skills, or rather, dependencies on the stats for the skill maximum level. Let's move up here. You'll see that AP available. This is the total amount you have to spend. AP spent is the total amount that you have spent. Right up here is your health, pretty straightforward, stamina, and gamma. Now these next two tabs are a little more in depth. Balance and extra shows your max crafting level, your maximum carry weight, and then the character balance is kind of a rundown of what you're spending. These categories have different calculations in each row. This row is the amount of points that you've invested in something, and this row is the percentage of your total points spent that you've invested in this particular area. Looking at this, you'll be able to tell if you're heavy on defense, or you don't have enough points into healing, or maybe your trade skills are lacking. This will give you kind of a general idea of how well balanced or how unbalanced your character is. And every time you change something, you'll have to recalculate this balance to see what the end result is. but it's an interesting tool. It might give you a heads up on what kind of character you have. This next tab is really important, import and export code section. Aside from the ability to save and load XML files, this is something that will make it easier to share character plans online or within forums. You know, send something real quickly over text chat to your friend, say, hey, look at this. So I'll start with what we have right now. We're at level 45. We've got some bonus AP and some various stats, skills, and abilities, or skills and mutations, various levels. And so I'm going to come over here and hit import code, which was the wrong thing to do because that's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to import a code. We're trying to generate a code. So I'm going to click on generate code. As you'll see, you'll get this string of data right here. And this is a URL, but don't be fooled. Just because it's a URL doesn't mean it doesn't have any nifty tricks up its sleeve. I'm going to copy this, and we're going to save this over here on top of this. And we'll go back to that later. But what you want to do is say you want to share this code with your friend. You'll hit generate code, and then you'll go somewhere. Probably, let's just say that I found a forum that I want to post in. I put it there. It's there. And now my friend wants to see it. So I tell him where the forum is, and he goes there and sees it. And there's what looks like a link to him. And if you double click on it, it will actually bring you to another page. And this is probably not what you'll end up seeing unless you're watching this video right after it's created. And it'll bring you to a page that will give you information on the actual character planner if you don't have it. If you do have it, then you'll probably have watched this video or one similar to it and know that you don't need to click on that link. All you got to do is copy it and paste it over here in the import section and hit import code. But first, I'm going to clear this out so that you actually see the results. Everything is now set to 0. Now I'm going to import this code. And as you can see, it brought it right back because it, from that code, built out the character plan. So this is kind of a nifty way to say, oh, okay, I created this build. Alright, well, that's nice. Let me make some adjustments. I see that you have 0 defense, so let's put this up. And yeah, that sounds good. Alright. And then you generate a code, copy that, and then your friend will probably end up importing it, and voila, you got it. So hopefully that's going to be used a lot. I know that I've used it quite a bit in just explaining builds to people that have been helping me out with this character planner. But anyway, enjoy the character planner. I hope it makes your life a lot easier when planning out your character. And if you got time, head over to the forums and chat it up.